Netizens in the comment area mentioned that the number of gold medals won by the Indian delegation at the 2024 Paris Olympics was zero, and laughed at it crazily. In fact, I have never been interested in Olympic gold medals, because there are many gold medal machines in China. Their lives are all tied to the Olympics and other events. They train crazily for national honor and sacrifice other parts of their lives. Although China, like the United States, has won 40 gold medals, the gold content is not as good as that of the United States. I don't think it's worth showing off. But some events can still reflect the sports level of a country. For example, Panjala won the championship in the 100-meter freestyle event. This is the same as a few events such as the 100-meter run. It is a competition to the limit of human sports. Panjala broke the monopoly of Americans in Olympic Games, just like Liu Xiang won the Olympic gold medal in the 110-meter hurdles that year, which is very praiseworthy. Zheng Qinwen won the championship in the women's tennis event. Although it is not a challenge to the limit of human sports, tennis is a highly commercialized project that focuses on personal development. If an athlete wants to win a gold medal, he needs enough talent, a lot of physical and technical training, good infrastructure, and high family investment. The fact that Chinese people can win such an event reflects the improvement of the country's economic level, which was hard to imagine 20 years ago. Of course, every Olympic event has its own significance, and we cannot distinguish them by such crude words as gold content. This is just to express my opinion, and I have no ill will towards other Olympic events or athletes. So let's go back to India. Why is there zero gold medals? In fact, the reasons are quite complicated, but generally it is because of poverty. There is an old Chinese saying, "When the granaries are full, people know etiquette. When they have enough food and clothing, they know honor and disgrace." Thousands of years ago, the Chinese understood that only when the economy is prosperous and the survival problem is solved, will people pursue a higher level of material and spiritual civilization. Translated into Western modern theory, it corresponds to Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory. When we watched Dangal, we were deeply moved by the father played by Amir Khan. But at the same time, we also saw that India's backward economy, corrupt bureaucrats, and ignorant secular prejudices have created huge obstacles to the development of sports, burying the talents of many athletes. When you are busy for more than 10 hours a day for life, what you want to do most is to lie down and rest. Sometimes you don't even have the desire to eat and just want to go to bed early. The idea of doing physical exercise is forgotten, let alone participating in competitive competitions. We notice that some countries with small populations, such as Australia, have won a large number of gold medals and are at the top of the list. Because Australia is a typical country with a highly developed economy and comprehensive social security. The country is located in the tropics and subtropics, with a large number of water sports. Most citizens do not have to worry about their lives. They have plenty of time to invest in their hobbies, thus showing amazing talents in water sports. Let's take sailing as an example. Even though India has a long coastline, an ordinary Indian family may not be able to afford a good sailboat with their lifetime savings. How can they participate in this project? Many Indian netizens like to brag about how luxurious the rich areas of Mumbai are. Ambani and Adani are the richest people in Asia, and they are proud of it. My question is, do you live in the rich areas of Mumbai? If you take your children into the rich areas, you will be driven out by security guards, and maybe even beaten. Ambani's 200-kilogram son does not need an Olympic sailor, he needs 200 servants. Australia has a population similar to that of Mumbai, but it won 18 gold medals, an 18-0 crushing advantage over India, which has a population of 1.4 billion. It also won a large number of silver and bronze medals. China's Hong Kong Special Administrative Region has a very small area and a small population compared to large cities in India, but it won 2 gold and 2 bronze medals in the Olympics, also crushing India. So even though mainland China won 40 gold medals and more other medals, I never boast that China is a sports power. The real sports powerhouses are small countries with small populations such as Australia, Northern Europe, and Canada. Some of them are good at the Summer Olympics, and some dominate the Winter Olympics. Even the United States is not qualified to look down on them. The people of these countries do not need to show off through Olympic gold medals because their wealthy lives, sound social welfare, and highly developed spiritual civilization are the most valuable. But we also notice that although Pakistan's economy is not as good as India's, it won a gold medal and defeated the Indian player who was highly favored to win the championship. Here we need to talk about another problem of India, that is, the lack of competitive culture. Hinduism and the caste system strictly divide the social classes of Indians. People are labeled from birth, and these labels are difficult to tear off through personal struggle. For example, if you are a Dalit, you are destined to have a tragic life. No matter how hard you try, it is difficult to reach the social status of a Brahmin. Hinduism spreads the idea of suffering in this life and enjoying happiness in the next life, which makes many people content with the tragedy of real life and fantasize about happiness in the next life. This has led to almost no achievements of Indians in highly competitive fields. Not only the Olympics, but also India's achievements in the field of science and technology are extremely disproportionate to its status as a populous country. India does not have a technology company with global influence, and there are less than 10 Fortune 500 companies, far less than China's 130. China has giants such as Tencent, ByteDance, Alibaba, and Pinduoduo in the software field, and industry leaders such as Huawei, DJI, BYD, and Unitree in the hardware field. However, Indians are proud of their high-end talents entering the United States, serving American companies, and occupying CEO positions. In fact, the more successful these CEOs are, the more it shows that India is a shithole country, and its own elites are unwilling to stay, let alone let foreign companies invest. What most displeased Indians in the Olympics was that wrestler Vinesh Phogat was disqualified from the finals because he was 100 grams overweight and lost the championship. They believed that the organizers of the event were too harsh and should not be treated so brutally. However, this also reflects another major shortcoming of Indians: disrespect for rules. Yes, the competition in Indian society is not a competition under the sun, but relies on collusion between officials and businessmen, weaving a network of relationships and fighting against competitors to grow and develop. Indians not only ignore the rules at home, but also do not speak honestly in the international trade system. It is normal to cheat customers and suppliers, which has attracted the attention and rejection of countries around the world and has been added to the blacklist. Indians immigrated to Western countries through fake academic qualifications and recruited Indians on a large scale through Indian managers, which has attracted great attention from the host countries. Indians will pay a huge price for not paying attention to rules and being dishonest. But Indians do not reflect on their own problems, but blame the law enforcers for being too strict. If such ignorant ideas are not eradicated, it will be difficult for India to achieve success, including becoming an Olympic power. Today is the weekend again. I had already made a video and was planning to take a break, but the netizens in the comment area were so enthusiastic that I couldn't bear to miss their good topics. Sometimes I didn't have time to reply one by one, but I read most of the comments, which were very interesting. I also thank everyone for providing inspiration for my creation. I wish you all a happy weekend. I also hope this issue of India's topic lives up to your expectations.